Hey guys, welcome back to my channel today. In today's video, I am going to be doing my top 10 eyeshadow palettes of the year 2018. All of these eyeshadow palettes, I believe, are like the cream of the crop. These are the ones that you need to own, and if you're ever thinking about purchasing them for whatever reason, I do think that these will definitely not be purchases that you will regret getting because they're so good. If you guys are new to my channel, hello, my name is Jenna. It is so nice to meet you. Thanks for checking out my channel today. I chat about high-end and luxury makeup, so all of these eyeshadow palettes are high-end and luxury, but I do think that they are absolutely worth their price tags. And without further ado, let's get on to this video. The first one actually comes from Tarte. This is the Be a Mermaid and Make Waves eyeshadow palette. This is something that visually, out of all of Tarte's releases, this one caught my eye the most. Probably because I'm biased and I love Little Mermaid and I loved it as a little girl, so it's like my favorite Disney princess, so that's probably why I was so gravitated towards this one. But this one has like gorgeous reflective packaging, so it's going to be a little bit hard to show you without blinding you. But this is the color palette here. It is so pretty. This is unfortunately limited edition, of course, that's why I'm mentioning it first, so it's no longer available. It really is too bad that they did not make this permanent, but I do think this one appeals to me a little bit more because these are the colors I'm grabbing, and these are the, you know, pops of color that if I'm really feeling it one day, I'm gonna go for those like blues and that iridescent like duochrome purpley blue shift color. These are all so good. So this is definitely one I am so glad that I have, and I do think it's a highlight from Tarte this year. While we're on Tarte, I'm going to talk about one more palette, and this is not limited edition. I believe it's still available. This is the Maneater palette, and you guys, I feel like nobody talks about this one anymore. It was raved about so much, like kind of mid-year or so, and then it just started dropping off. But I love this because this is a gorgeous neutral palette. It's perfect for, you know, your everyday looks. It's perfect for travel because there's only the 9 shades in here. It's everything that you're going to need basically for like an everyday palette. Of course, this is the Amazonian clay formula that we've come to love from Tarte, and this is one that, I mean, they have like their Tartelette in Bloom and their Tartelette palettes, and those are nice, but this was a standout for me just because of how compact it was. The shades in here are amazing. There's enough diversity within the shades, and I really like the outer packaging of this. This is so good, and it definitely also appeals to me as well with like the animal print. I just love it. Okay, the last limited edition palette in my collection for the top 10 is number 3. By the way, these are not in any order from like best to worst. It's just all of them being the best of the best. This is from Too Faced. This is the Gingerbread Spice palette. I've talked about this a couple of times on my channel. This is definitely, in my opinion, one of the best palettes Too Faced has ever done, and unfortunately it is limited edition, so that is really too bad. But I do love the tin packaging of this one, and I love that the scent of this is gingerbread spice, but it's not overbearing. You know, the scent is not going to give you a headache, which is also amazing. So I love the consistency of the shadows in here. They're all very well done. Nice and pigmented. I feel like they like work together really well as well. Like this color story is just so cohesive, very easy to just grab a look and do it on your eye very well. So I love this one, and like I said, it's such a shame this is like no longer available, but this is definitely one of the best from this year. Okay, now let's get to the other brand in my top 10 that have 2 palettes in here, and that is Charlotte Tilbury, of course. I'm going to start with her Pillow Talk Luxury Palette. This is the quad. This sold out, you guys. Oh gosh, I feel like you took 2 breaths and it's just sold out. And then she restocked it for a limited time. I want to say it was under 24 hours, like a month ago, and it was just gone again. So good news is that this palette is coming back, and it's supposed to come back sometime this month. So January 2019 is what she said. So hopefully it's going to be posted or it's already online on her site. But this is probably like, this is going to be like my favorite quad, I'm going to say. I just love it. Like this is, to me, I think Jena in a palette. Like this is my classic everyday look. I feel like we do have the beautiful beigey base color, then we have like the pinks, like there's more of like a brownie pink, one of like a softer pink, and then we have the pop shade. This is seriously one of the best. It is so pretty. But this is also from Charlotte Tilbury, and this is the Exagger-eyes quad. So this is one that's also made my top 10 of the year. This one is very similar to Pillow Talk, but it does have a little bit of some differences to it. This more so being that it's more on the taupier edge versus the pink. And I really, really like that as well for just everyday looks. I did use this one when I was recreating the Victoria's Secret fashion show look. So I really, really love this quad as well. I do believe this is one of those harder to get ones, I believe. So don't quote me on that. I don't think it's permanent, unfortunately. So that's why I kind of felt bad as soon as I pulled it out. I was like, oh no, this is also probably limited or really hard to get. Oh, Jena. Anyways, I'm glad they're bringing Pillow Talk back at least. This is the Exagger-eyes one. I really hope that she brings this one back, or if it's still available, that it's kept still available, because this is another one that is one of the best from her. Okay, so the rest of these palettes, I promise, are still readily available, so let's just move along. The next one I have been very thoroughly impressed with, definitely a highlight of 2018, is the new Nude Palette from Huda Beauty. This has a lot going on. There's lots of different textures to it. I like that there's like mattes, there's shimmers, there's glitter shades. She also has like some spackle shades in here, and the spackle shades are these guys. So they're kind of like mosaic looking, almost like diamondy, which is really cool. But this is one as well that I've been very, very impressed with. The glitter for sure is optimally used with a glitter glue. This is also like a concealer shade kind of in the corner here that I didn't necessarily think I would like at first, because I was like, why are they doing that? I have seen this before where there's a concealer in a palette through the Dior Backstage collection, but this is actually like not a bad concealer. Like, it's actually pretty good. So I'm really happy about that. And I do think this is one that has really, really impressed me. So if you're into like lots of different textures, lots of different styles, like you just want one palette to do it all, so you don't have to grab like shimmers and glitters and other things like other products, this is one that I think has a beautiful color story, again, very cohesive, and just gives you a lot of that variety. Next is the palette that I'm actually wearing on my eyes currently. This is from Urban Decay. This is the Born to Run palette. I feel like the shade range is perfect for travel, which I guess was kind of their gist. So this has just like, you know, such good versatility, honestly. Like, you definitely have some nudes, you have some bronzy shades. I love the cranberries in here. I do think that everything is so easy to see on this like palette. Like, there's definitely some palettes where you get them and they're so beautiful, but the color story is kind of different, or it's kind of out of whack, and you're like a little bit perplexed as to how to create a look or how to start. But this one is kind of easy to do that. Like, I'm like, okay, so all of these like nice kind of evergreeny, like earthy colors are all in this corner, and it's easy to see that. So I really do like this one as well. And this is the best formula that Urban Decay has done, in my opinion. I've tried the Naked palettes and this one's better. I hate to say it, but it's true. Next, I want to talk about a brand that I feel like is always a heavy hitter for me when it comes to eyeshadows. This is a brand that I think never lets me down. They're always so good. I love their products. So 2 of their palettes have made my top 10 this year, and the first one is the Soft Glam palette. This is one that when it got announced and released, I was all over. Again, this is kind of like my beautiful, perfect palette. So I'm just going to show you guys as well. I just took the brush out. I love the shades in here. This is just so, so easy to use. I feel like they're all pigmented. They're all like easy to work with. They have some fallout, I'm going to be honest, but I just do my eyes first always, because that's just kind of a habit I've gotten into, just to kind of clean up under my eyes anyways. So if you're kind of like, you know, fallout fussy, then definitely don't get this because there are fallout. But I think it's worth it, because once you get your look together, it lasts all day. It's just excellent. My favorite, you know, shades in here, I would say, are Rose Pink and Sultry. Both of these are so gorgeous on the eye. I can't even handle it. Like, they're so pretty. And that gold one, and then this like dusty, like, you know, rosy purple, like, it's just so, so good. Ugh, I don't know. There was once a girl that said, oh, you always say so, so good. And I'm like, it is. It is though. Now, Anastasia did release Norvina as well, and I do really enjoy that palette, but I just don't think I was reaching for it as much throughout the year as these 2 that I'm going to mention in my top 10. So the second one is Sultry. So the shades in here are definitely cooler than the Soft Glam palette. They have some neutral, but a lot of it is cool. But what I love is just it is everyday kind of classy looks, but just taken up a little bit more. So you've got your like gorgeous, like bronzy, rose gold, golds, those types of things, but it's just taken up a notch a little bit more. Again, the same formulation as these soft glam palettes, so you are gonna have some fallout, but this is one that I do think, you know, it's basically beginner friendly. It's very like foolproof. You can put a look together and it'll just look bomb, like with minimal effort. So I love these two shades in particular. They're very unique. We have Cyborg and we have Slate. This is like, I rarely have colors like that in my collection, so it did challenge me kind of as a makeup lover, but I've been very impressed. They just look gorgeous. They look gorgeous together. I also love the pop of pink in here. This is Bloom. This is good. Like, this is so, so good. So I definitely think that this is another one that if you are deciding on getting, you won't regret it. Okay, the last palette, I'm just gonna take a second and see if you guys will actually guess it. This is one that I put in my Will I Buy It series that I initially was not gonna get because I was like, there's not a lot of versatility in here. I don't know if I like gold that much. And then this has been like one of the showstoppers of the year, and I'm so happy that I got this. This is the Natasha Denona Gold Palette. It is stunning. It is so innovative. It is so different, but it's classy and elegant and all of it in one. It's so easy to use. I love applying these with a finger, I'm gonna be honest. I love using like the maximum pigment impact and just kind of dabbing them in kind of like a halo effect in the middle of the eye. I didn't think I loved gold that much, but I do. So I love the blues in here as well to kind of give that diversity, and I love the mustard matte, which is right here. This is one that I didn't think I needed, and I do think that for the price tag, when I look for a palette that's this expensive, it has to be versatile enough to justify the price tag. And I can honestly tell you that I am reaching for this palette a heck of a lot more than just for like one or two shades. Like I'm grabbing multiple shades out of here. I'm using multiple shades. I feel like they work together so well. And if you're even a smidgen into gold, I think you will really, really love this. So this is one, if you're into Natasha Denona, you'll love it. If you're into gold, you'll love it. And if you're into luxury, you'll love it. There's really like a win-win across the board. This is definitely in my top 10 of the year. All right, guys, so that is it for my top 10 eyeshadow palettes of 2018. Let me know down below, are any of these in your collection? Do you have any other palettes that you'd recommend me checking out that have made your top list? I'm always super curious. Of course, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, as well as don't forget to subscribe. I would love to see you guys again. And until my next video, guys, take care. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, guys.
But somewhere there's a light inside of us. It shows the way.